welcome to Not Bro Nation. What's up? Hey guys, today we're here to review issue 173 of The Walking Dead.
Final fight.
Yeah, which kind of a little throwing you for a curve, because whose final fight? Beta, which we all guessed, or Jesus.
And I think from our previous predictions videos and thoughts, we were completely wrong of who this final fight was going to possibly take down.
Really? Were we wrong?
I think so. I think we predicted Jesus
to die.
To take in the death.
Oh, man, yeah.
I think we did.
And look, like, we didn't think Kirkman was going to do what he did. So let's get right into it. We get to see the death of Beta.
Yeah. The first couple panels, Beta creeps in and a fight ensues with him and Jesus.
Yeah, and I thought the fight sequence was great.
The fight scene was awesome, and like he has him pinned down. He actually has two knives.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's it. Jesus is done. You can't hold up a dude with two knives pressing down on you. He's like, I have to kill you. I have to make sure that you don't make it back anywhere to tell others about us.
Yeah.
So I figured there was still tons more whisperers.
And that's what I thought too. Yeah.
It made it seem that way.
Yeah. And I loved the fight sequence. I originally thought with the first panel that he was, like, they showed us in the previous issue that he was behind Jesus, but I thought he was going to sneak up, switch, and then sneak up behind Aaron and stab him, and then fight Jesus.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it turned out to be a fight between the two.
Until Aaron wakes up and actually
fighting off from walkers.
Yeah.
And we kind of have to assume probably some whisperers in that group.
I figured they kind of looked like they were a mix, but I thought they were all whisperers. I thought maybe there was some other of his clan behind him, but you could be right. It could be in a mix of them. Both.
They're walking with
They're walking with
them.
So
yeah. So and we get a great sequence. Basically, Aaron saves Jesus. Jesus saves Aaron. And Beta takes a shot literally through his, we assume, rib cage into the stomach, through the other side.
Yeah.
And we.
And then he's done. I mean,
he's
then
done.
They unmask him.
And first they say, Aaron says, "Is he breathing?" Jesus says, "No."
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. And then they unmask him. They're looking at him. They recognize him that they used to see him on like movies.
I thought that was pretty comical.
A pro basketball player, which I got confused about for a second. I was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, basically he was your professional athlete who makes it to maybe a couple of movies.
Yeah.
But he wakes up.
He's like,
not wakes up, but it's kind of like one of those last villain moments before they shoot him in the head. But he springs up and says, "I am no one. I
have no name.
I have no name."
Right.
Yeah, he was a weirdo.
What was weird though is he comes from his back. I can understand of like somebody sitting up, but no, he goes from his back to kneeling, basically, has one knee down, one leg up. And then he falls face forward. I was like, dude, come on. You're not going to get up on one knee.
With his tongue out. Like,
he's all dead. And they're just looking at it like, all right, cool. You're dead.
That just happened.
It was so fast. And honestly, we were discussing it with another subscriber of ours, Matt, Prime Matrix 1986, who does reviews. You should check his reviews out. He was kind of upset that they killed Beta off. And we're kind of a little bit indifferent.
Yeah,
I mean, we're kind of okay with it.
Yeah, personally, I'm okay with it. We have a big storyline coming up with the New World Order.
Right.
It was kind of like
that sequence was done.
Yeah, it felt like it was done, right?
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while. Let's just get it done.
But let's go into it because we think the Whispers are done, right? So, Jesus and Aaron actually run across the remaining group of Whispers, which actually was only like maybe 4 or 5 of them.
Actually, well, it seems like maybe like less than 10, maybe 6 or 7,
and 3 new, about to be new Whispers.
Right, Whispers. Yeah.
Basically, we got one that's got a mask on and a walker face, and another one saying, "Gosh, I really don't. Do I have to do this?
He doesn't want to
have to wear this?" And
and it seems like the father jumps in and says, "Look, we have to do this.
And to stay alive."
And the sister's like, "Yeah, it looks like, look, we're joining these people. It looks like they're still alive. It could help us survive." And that's when Jesus and Aaron come in, just they kill everyone except for those 3.
Yeah,
except for those 3, and they're like, "Hey." can we come with you guys?
Yeah.
And they allow them in. They're like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You can come back with us.
So basically what happens is, Aaron was about to ask them questions and get to know them, but Jesus kind of cuts through that and says, hey, come with us. But before, they actually warn Jesus and Aaron. They say, hey, there was this big one with 2 knives that went off hours ago. And they're basically like, yeah, we got it.
Jesus is like, yeah, I took care of it already. So
it's the end of the Whisperers.
We're assuming that they just took out the remaining of the Whisperers, and the end of the Whisperers is done. The age of the Whisperers is done. And that's what we're talking about because of the New World Order and the new Commonwealth community that's coming. We're preparing for a bigger event. And I think Kirkman was just like, let's just finish up the Whisperers, get them done, and that's it.
I think it was tying up loose ends.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with it.
I'm good with it.
I think the Whisperers had a good run. It was a really good arc.
The Whisperer War was amazing.
Awesome. Even the notion of the Whisperers, hiding under masks, walking with the infected. It was a great concept, but...
time is done.
Yeah,
I'm excited for the New World
Order. I am too. Yeah. I do like how this issue jumped around.
Oh yeah, I love it.
A lot of stuff going on. We get a little shot of back to the hilltop and the rebuilding, right?
Yeah, and so we get a cool scene with Maggie. She is just looking at the map that Dante gave her. A nice big N on there. And she's fixated on it. Dante's trying to talk to her, and she's just toning him out. She's kind of saying in her breath, oh, you get to do the things that you do, and you get to be out there on your own, still alive. She's not cool with everything that's happened. She wants Negan bad.
Yeah, I have a feeling that she's going to go after him. It'll be interesting. Now, we do...
Either him or sending Dante back, but I think she's probably going to go.
Yeah, I think that 174, if I'm not mistaken, has Negan on the cover. So I'm assuming that we might get a majority Negan book, hopefully. So we'll hear more of that soon.
Yeah, we'll get some details on that, but
we get Carl kind of taking a break with Lydia.
Yeah.
And he basically walks away to help Sophia out.
Yeah,
because she drops some things, and then we get a mean look of Lydia. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, because from previous issues, Carl has mentioned to Lydia that he, kind of had a thing for her, and then she told Sophia that he's with Lydia now, and Sophia just wants to be friends again. But I think there's kind of a love triangle, I think, still. And so he goes to help, and Lydia's just like, man, dude, the look on her face is like, that's not cool, man.
Yeah, don't you dare.
So not sure if that's really going to progress anywhere, but we'll have to wait and see.
All right, so we get a scene. We get back to Rick. And another grieving scene. Good night, Andrea, he says at her grave, which again
was pretty quick.
I'm okay with it.
It's good with it.
Yeah.
It's good with it.
Yeah.
He's gonna continue to do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be probably less and less, but it's good to throw that in there, knowing that he's still thinking about her. It's still on his mind, so it was good.
Yeah, and we get to see basically Dwight get told he's a little bitch.
He's a little bitch. So what's her name? Laura, right?
Laura, yeah.
So yeah, he's kind of complaining again, and she's basically telling him, look, I'm done with you complaining all the time.
Yeah,
it's like you're here.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? Do you want to go kill Rick right now? Like, what's up?
One thing is, like, they're looking upon Rick actually at the gravesite, and couple things that came out of this conversation that I picked up. One, she says, look at him, he's grieving. He lost someone important to him, and you're like blaming him for it pretty much. And then the second thing she says is like, you're crying over someone that treated you like shit or left you,
right?
And you can't see what's right in front of you, like her,
like
right?
Her.
And she walks away.
She's like, get a hold of me when you're. I might be interested when you start, getting better about yourself.
Yeah.
And,
and
let me know.
Kind of leaves Dwight in the shadows, which that's fine. He needs to stay there because he needs to quit being a bitch. Yeah. I'm tired of
I'm tired of hearing it. It's like, dude, look, she's dead. Negan's gone. You're alive.
Whole, trying to overthrow Rick was ridiculous.
Yeah, he just needs to just go figure it out and just chill because you know, if you want Rick to kill you, he'll kill you.
Yeah. So we do cut back to the group now, and I love the fact that they're at a train yard. That was awesome. You see Amtrak on the train. I loved it. Loved it.
So we get caught up with the group heading to Ohio, and you know, with Eugene and Michonne and the princess is kind of poking fun too. She's like, "Oh, come on, am I the only one having fun?
Yeah.
Like, I just want to let's do something cool, guys."
Now, I don't think they're quite at Ohio, but
Not
they're
yet.
at the designated meeting
spot.
area.
Yeah, I think it was. I think Eugene says it was like halfway for each of them.
It was closer
for them.
Yeah. Because what he says in this is, we told them to stay here for 4 days.
4 days.
In case they missed us,
Right.
or in case, you know, we missed them.
Right.
Basically because they don't know, it's traveling, right?
Yeah. You never know what's
something
gonna happen.
could happen.
Right.
You're in an apocalypse. So, and he says that they're there ahead of schedule.
They're like on day 2.
Yeah, and they couldn't find them.
They can't see them. They're in a train yard, and it's kind of sketchy. They're like, you know, this isn't looking good. You know, we're in the open here. So I think Yumiko and Magna are like, let's set up camp before it gets too dark. And they're thinking that they can just, we can go to one of these train cars. That'd be fine. That'd be fine. And the princess we get a shot of the princess saying, guys. And then just boom, lights, put your weapons down, your hands up. And we just see a shot of them, the group, like their hands up. And then we see knives and guns like pointed at from the back.
And lights. And we get the princess saying, sure doesn't look like they want to talk.
Yeah. And I think that's what they asked Eugene. Is like, you sure they're here just to talk?
Yeah.
And Eugene's like, look, Stephanie is not going to betray us. I've talked to her so many times. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Okay? We're good. So, but I also, and I like the end of the issue, but I also think, okay, they've never met. They've only talked over the radio. So they have no idea who they are. So they're protecting themselves, possibly.
Like, look, if you guys watched Fear, it reminds me of the season where Alicia's talking to the guy over the radio of the boat, and he's kind of being really nice and cordial. I mean, look, you can talk to someone for years and years and years and be nice to them, but it's all different when you find out who they really are.
Exactly. So we'll have to wait and see.
Are they evil? Are they not? We got one more issue before we find out.
Yeah, it's going to be 175.
Yep.
Because I think, like you said, 174 is going to be dedicated to Negan.
Oh, I hope so.
I believe so.
Because we haven't had much of him.
Right. With him on the cover, I think it's going to be kind of like a one-shot. 174 is Negan. We'll pick up the group with 175, the New World Order.
Or we might, we might get maybe a snippet of them in the end of that issue. Because I think that it's either going to be an issue completely about Maggie and Negan, or it might possibly be one of those jumping around issues like this one and the one before was.
Yeah. So all in all, issue 173 was great. The death of the Whisperers, the death of Beta, that story is done. Don't want to hear any more about the Whisperers ever again.
Let us know what you guys thought of issue 173. Again, I thought it was an awesome issue.
Great issue. And let us know your thoughts of what are you really that sad the Whisperers and Beta are gone? Or are you looking more forward to the New World Order coming up, and you're good with that story arc kind of being dead in the water? So we'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas on that. So just let us know.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. So like the video if you like what you saw. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And stay tuned for more Walking Dead. We will see you guys later. We're Knockbro Nation. And we're out.